I'm your host, Jeff Sart. We're going to take you behind the scenes with the craft distillers who are pouring their heart and soul into crafting the next version of America's Spirit. This is the Great American Whiskey Cookers. Welcome to this tasting edition of the Great American Whiskey Cookers. We are here at Lonely Oak Distillery, and I'm talking with Pat Hoffman, and he's going to pour me some of his Steeple Ridge whiskey. So, what are you going to pour me and taste me on here, Pat?
Well, let's start with our flagship Steeple Ridge straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
It's always getting older, so this is going to be about 4 years old.
Okay.
And it's at 92 proof, 72% Wapsi Valley corn, 28% soft red winter wheat.
Okay. And this Wapsi Valley, that's that Wapsi Valley corn that we talked about
Right.
before.
Well, the two color corn. It's about 1 in every 5 years is red.
Okay.
So the barrel proof on our bourbons are at 108, and this is going to be our flagship, proof down to 92 proof. This is the lowest proof any of our whiskeys are.
Okay. All right. It's got a very sweet nose.
Yes, right. So it's a wheated bourbon. So you're not going to get, you kind of make what you love.
Right.
I'm a wheated bourbon guy. So,
I am too. I love a wheated bourbon.
So that's kind of where we started. We do have a high rye bourbon that we're sitting on. We have the 4-grain bottle and bond that'll be coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of sweetness.
I think it's got a lot. It's more than sugar sweet to me.
It is more than sugar sweet.
I get caramels. I get everything out of this.
I'm picking up that Brock's vanilla caramel candy.
Yeah, that's a good.
Is what I'm getting out of this. Remember that when you were kids, right? And the little toffee things in the it's got the white caramel or the white cream in the middle and that caramel around it. That's exactly what it makes me think of. And the finish has got a nice medium finish. Doesn't hang on for too long, but it doesn't go away real fast. It just kind of sits there in the back of my palate, and then it just kind of slowly leaves. That's very enjoyable.
Thank you.
And this is a regular release.
This is available all year round. Yep. We didn't touch on it earlier, but we use wine yeast.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
It's, distiller's yeast. If you probably haven't read the latest distiller's yeast catalog.
No,
distiller's yeast always comes out as this. Makes great American style whiskey for aging in oak barrels. That's pretty much the description.
Okay.
Now you go to wine yeast, and it's paragraphs long, of describing it. It describes the fruitiness, the sweetness, the dryness, the mouthfeel. It describes everything. So when I first started into this, I thought, let's try this. And I did talk to Dave about it, and he said, well, no, I don't know anybody that's doing it, but why not? So we have 3 yeasts that we use. One's from Portugal, one's from Spain, and one's from South Africa. And we'll barrel each yeast separately. So we'll do 5 batches of the South African yeast, and then we will carol them, put them all together, and then we'll have, say, 250, 300 gallons to barrel out.
Right.
And you can gauge each yeast as it ages what it does. And so every barrel, you'll notice every barrel is marked with a code, and one of those codes is for which
yeast you use.
Yeah, designate the yeast.
And I think it says a lot that you brought this up to Dave Pickerel, and he worked at Maker's Mark for years, right? And he's well known within the whiskey industry. And you bring up using a wine yeast, and he's like, "Why not? Let's try it."
We'll try it. Yeah, there's. I don't know. Like, nobody knows everything,
right?
It's a business that there are a lot of experts that know how to make it. There are a
Right.
lot of experts that know how to tell you what you're tasting.
Sure.
But when it comes down to it, you either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's a matter of degrees.
I like this.
And so, like I said, I think it's really good. And, you know, and a lot of times, like wine has legs, whiskey has legs.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
a lot of that comes from the yeast. The yeast are the ester bombs of alcohol.
Yeah.
And that's what wine yeasts are ester bombs. It creates so much more than flavor, mouthfeel, than what we give it credit for.
This is incredibly tasty. Very much so. Thank you for sharing this. How do they find you? Where do they get you?
Visit our website at lonelyoakdistillery.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Lonely Oak Distillery. And you can go to our website, and we ship to 48 states. You can buy it there. And then we're in Iowa, Nebraska, throughout the Midwest. If you don't see it in your local liquor store, be sure to ask for it.
Fantastic. I'm Jeff for the Great American Whiskey Cookers. You can find us at greatamericanwhiskeycookers.com or on Patreon. Become a member and get access to some behind-the-scenes footage. Until next time, if you can't be good at it. I'm curious. The big human's trying it.
Okay, so hear me out on this.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Who knows where this is going to go?
Okay, you remember corn pops?
Yeah. Sugar corn pops?
Yeah.
That's what I got on the nose.
Well, sugar corn pops.
Yep. And then after that, it goes into your rocks
My Brock's vanilla candy.
on the palate.
So you're a fan favorite.
Yeah.
You're a fan.
This.